Why, hello there. Fancy seeing you here. So we've been here before. I made this video a few weeks ago and my phone, being the wonderful creature as it is, or device, deleted a bunch of videos that I had filmed, so I kind of thought, okay, let's move on. But when I mentioned this on my Instagram, I made a poll and it was unanimous. Everyone wanted to have this video refilmed, so I thought, okay, you know what? It is educational, so I'm gonna go ahead and refilm this. So today we are going to be learning contouring. I know there's thousands of videos of that on the interwebs, on the YouTubes, but many of my clients and some people who I know who are not makeup artists always tell me, well, I watch the videos, but I just still do not know how to contour. And I get it. I mean, unless you are a makeup artist, there's just going to be certain things about highlighting, contouring that's going to be difficult, but especially finding the right product. So I do understand that, because at first when people were telling me I still don't know how to contour, I thought, why not? It's easy. But of course it's easy for me. I actually learned professionally how to do so, and having a trained eye, I know what it is I'm looking for. It just feels easy, but I can see where other people are coming from. So this is more of a foolproof, simplified how to contour. I'm not going to throw 1,000 products at you, because that's just going to make it even more difficult. I am going to stick to powder products. If you guys would like a cream contour tutorial, please let me know. But this video is just going to be strictly powders, because I personally feel more comfortable working with powders. I like them more, and I feel cream is more something that is for on camera, because it just looks flawless. Whereas in real life, it can look very kick-thief. So some of my more favorite products in contouring are the Infinity palette from Linda Hallberg. It is not just contouring palette, it is an everything palette. So you have literally anything you would need. Anything to contour and highlight, with highlighters, also eyeshadows, blushes, you can use them anywhere on your body. Contour, eyeshadows, and of course something more black. If you're ever working with really, really dark skin tones, you can mix this with any of these just to kind of give that deep contour. For any of those deep, cool, black skin tones. And I'm talking, you know, some of those really dark African skin tones where it really just won't pick up unless you use a really dark undertone. So this palette I definitely recommend to anyone wanting just an all-around palette. Another one of my favorite ones, by the way, these are just, you know, for general very fair skin tones. For anything medium to dark, I can go over that, but not really on me because I can't really show you, can I? Now, another one of my more favorite ones to use on my skin is the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil bronzer. It is a matte bronzer, medium. It really does bring that nice warmth to the face, because I tend to stick to more cool colors, because using something too dark and too warm will just look like a poo streak. Don't want that. In today's tutorial, I will be showing you how to work with the Kat Von D Shade and Light contour palette, which looks like so. I have the Anastasia one in my kit, which I use for clients, because I feel that one has more warmer colors, whereas this one here has a nice cool color right here, which I absolutely love using. Now that I've done enough chatting, let's get started. Just pin my fringe out of my face. So for general contouring, I like using a more fluffier brush just to really kind of get in there. So for contouring my face, and also with many of my clients, I prefer to use a fluffy brush. In most videos I see that people start with a smaller brush, then add a fluffier brush, but I feel for a beginner's guide, you can stick to a fluffy one. Now I am going to start, I'm just going to use one color today, so don't worry. You can always use just one of these colors. You don't have to use all of these on your face, because I know that's where it gets confusing. Many of my clients have said, well, I bought a contour kit, but I don't know where all those colors go. You don't have to use them all at once. You can pick one, stick to it, and just kind of experiment with the others as you go. This one here is very dark, so unless you're medium skin tone, you will hardly be using this. You can use though to add more depth, which I will be showing you later. We start out with the coolest color right here at the edge. I'm just going to dab my brush in once. I'm gonna start at my hairline, never start in the front over here, because you can always blend out from your hairline, but if you start here, it's just going to not look good, trust me. So let's start back here and just blend out towards the front and always kind of blend upwards then. If you cannot find it and you don't know where the hollows of your cheeks are, here's a little trick. I look like a fish. So after we've done fishy face, see here now, this cheek is already starting to look more defined than this one. And as we're doing that, we're going to be blending upwards. Just going to dab one more time into that same colour, and we're going to be going up towards the temple. Now, if you've got a 5 head, if you've got a 5 head, which is a larger forehead, you can contour all of it. So I am going to use a smaller brush just to kind of blend into my fringe, but you don't need one. It is good to just kind of blend throughout your forehead. I personally don't do my forehead, and that's because I wear a fringe, so you're not going to see anything. So now we've established cheekbone, a bit on the forehead, and another place I like to contour is on my jawline, since I have this nice bit of punch right here, which we're gonna try and hide a bit. You can use the same brush for this, just very gently blend that. Oh, look, this side supermodel, this side cottage cheese. So now we've established this lovely side here. I'm going to go ahead and do my other side really quick. Done. For a nose contour, I personally think overly contoured noses do not look good, but it can add a nice bit of je ne sais quoi. So always use the lightest colour you can for that. Because as I said, too dark and it's just not going to look right. So normally what I do is just use what's left over on the brush, kind of put it together and just very lightly shade in whatever is left over on there. And you can see my nose is looking more defined but not lined. Hey, I should copyright that. So now we have your most basic contour. I just used one brush for this, one color, and this is just your most basic daytime contouring. Now, if you want to get really crazy, as I said, the darkest shade, you can always add a touch of darkness just to really accentuate your cheekbones even more. I'm going to use a bit of a smaller brush for this. I'm just going to tap in once. You really do not need that much product, because like I said, if you do, poo streak. I'm going to start into the lowest part of my cheek, and I'm just going to really buff that in. Remember, when first learning to contour, less is more. You can always add to it, but once it's there, it's either going to be very hard to blend that out, or it's just going to take up too much time to correct that. So start with less, you can always add more. I can see here, this side looks even more defined than this here. So this could be your going out type contour, whereas this can be your day contour. But if you're like me, any contour is everyday contour. If you do make the mistake and you've put too much bronzer contour cream on your face, take your foundation brush, buff that in. With the leftover foundation on your brush, it will really just kind of smooth things out. It's something I used to do a lot and still do in my work. If ever I accidentally use too much product, or I can kind of see, okay, this is just not blending out on the skin color, use the foundation brush, it will really save your life. So now it just looks even more blended together. So I've just gone ahead and done both sides. So now you're probably wondering, what are these light colors up here? These are more of a powder correction to brighten the skin and just kind of bring a decent sort of color correction. Normally I just use a basic blush brush for this. I'm going to use the more yellow color because I do like that bit of yellow tinge to my foundations and powders. So I'm just going to put that on the highest point of my cheekbone, on top of my nose. I'm literally just tapping it once or twice. You do not need much of this either. It's not going to be too visually of a difference. It's just going to brighten the skin really where it needs it. You just need to pick one. I know 3 colors can be confusing, but however you're feeling that day, one, that's what you need. Another issue I have come up with clients is, where does the highlighter actually go? I've seen it done on the YouTubes, but where do you actually put it? Find the highest point of your cheekbones, which by me is right here. So when you're holding a brush right here, that highest bit, that is where you highlight. So let's do that. To highlight, I will be using this color right here. It is from the Anastasia Glow Kits in Sweet. It is Marshmallow, but I'm just going to show you one again to not create any confusion. Now with highlight, you can go as mental as you like. I personally like to shine bright like a diamond. We're going to be starting back here, again, adding that highlight to the highest point of the cheekbone. And you can see that brings that lovely glow. Just bring it slightly back to my temples just to blend that out a bit. Do some on the other side again. I always get asked, do you have to highlight your nose? Do you have to put it here and there? No, you do not. If you just want to have a nice cheek highlight, go ahead, add it to your cheeks. You can to your forehead, nose and chin. I personally don't. I prefer to just highlight my cheeks and my cupid's bow right here. Somehow if you put too much highlighter on your nose, you're just going to look like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. I mean, that's something I do not understand in the beauty industry. So it's up to you. But highlighter on the cheek, highest point, there you go. Just going to do a little bit on my cupid's bow, which is, you just literally go over and the highest points will be highlighted. And if you want to highlight your nose, we're just going to gently rub it right there. Some on the forehead. You don't have to neatly brush it in because, you know, just because. I know I'm horrible at explaining things sometimes. So yes, this is a brilliant highlight. Comes in this gorgeous highlight kit. So now I am nice and glazed like a donut. You're probably going to wonder, well, where does the blush go? Fear not. I'm going to again be using a nice and fluffy brush. I'll be using the Tarte Amazonian Clay blush in Captivating, and it's a peachy type blusher, which is perfect if you are as fair skinned as me. Literally just tapping it in here once or twice, and many times something I've noticed every time I apply a blusher to a client, they will smile like this. Bad thing to do. Really bad thing to do. I always tell people to relax their face when I apply a blusher, because notice what's happening when you smile. Your cheeks are raised, and then as soon as you relax your face, that is going to fall down again. So don't tense your face up, don't smile, don't do anything when you're applying blush. Just have your neutral face nice and relaxed and put it right on the apples of your cheeks, which is kind of between highlight and bronzer. So I'm just really gently applying that like so. And so you see you get that nice bit of rosiness to the cheeks. And I'm using a bit of a circular type motion just to blend it all together. Most artists will tell you to apply bronzer, blush, then highlight. I do bronzer, highlight, then blush for some reason. It's just something I've done always. It's just something I've always done in my work on myself, but there is no rule to it. You can go however you feel comfortable. I would suggest to start with bronzing before doing the other two. So yes, I hope that was educational and helpful. Talked about some nice products you can use for your face, and yeah. If there are still confusions as to actually highlight and contour your face, please let me know. I am more than happy to make another of these videos because I want to get the point across and I want to help people be able to do makeup on themselves. Because if I see one more person with an obvious poo-like streak face on the tube, I might weep. Really, I might cry. Pains my soul. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Please like and subscribe. Let me know if there's any other videos you'd like to see. I'm happy to take requests. And yes, I hope to see you next time. Bye.